9:47 a.m. yesterday, the jury in Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial slid a 3-sentence note under the judge's door. "We are hopelessly split on the racketeering conspiracy." Minutes later, still inside that courthouse, Kanye West, wrapped head to toe in stark white linen, strode the marble hallway like a restless specter. Cameras hissed, security stiffened, and one whispered question echoed off the walls: "Why is ya here?" Stay with me, because over the next few minutes we'll trace the hidden corridor linking Diddy and Kanye through hush money settlements, late-night encrypted calls, and money trails paved in NDAs. You'll learn why insiders fear Bianca could be walking the same path Cassie Ventura escaped, and whether Kanye's next court appearance might involve metal cuffs instead of mirrored sunglasses. Before we dive deep, drop one word in the comments that captures celebrity accountability. Let's crowdsource a sharper vocabulary for public scrutiny, then light the fuse on Chapter 1. Mirrors in the marble. The morning Kanye walked into that Manhattan courthouse, a marshal stopped him cold. ID name mismatch. For 90 seconds, he stood silent while press lenses hunted for micro-expressions. It was a tableau, two superstar careers frozen in parallel uncertainty. Backstory first, in the early 2000s, an invisible VIP list hung in Diddy's studio lounge. Biggie Smalls, Mary J. Blige. Beginning 2004, Kanye West were the only permanent names. That list granted lifetime, badge-free access to Combs-owned green rooms, jet rides, and impromptu after-hours sessions. At the time, it felt like royalty. 21 years later, it looks more like entanglement. The lesson is brutal. Invitations you accept in your 20s can shape interrogations you face in your 40s. Fast forward to last month, a 3 a.m. phone conference pinged both coasts when Combs' crisis team realized the racketeering count might stick. On one end, Diddy's strategist pacing a penthouse. On the other, Kanye's new manager scribbling names, one of them circled twice. The call lasted exactly 6 minutes, then flipped to encrypted chat. High-stakes alliances germinate in darkness, blossom in headlines. Why would a billionaire who survived Cancel Ye 2022 willingly hitch his wagon to a friend staring down sex trafficking charges? One theory, trauma bonded by public exile. Another, mutual leverage. If phone logs surface, context looks safer shared. The takeaway for anyone building a reputation, partnerships based on shared controversy magnify risk. Ask whether an alliance expands your future or inherits someone else's liabilities. Decide before subpoenas fly. Inside sources describe Kanye pacing that courthouse lobby like a caged lion testing fences. His mere presence triggered hushed legal huddles and sent hashtags ricocheting across the globe. Reputation walks in before you do. Curate it on purpose. Finally, consider the optics of privilege. Both men operate above the typical blast radius of accountability. Private jets, bespoke NDAs, crises managed by retainer. Yet privilege can boomerang. The same spotlight that sold albums now backlights allegations. Power copies itself. Abuse can copy too. Women, warnings, and NDAs. When the racketeering jury deadlocked, analysts didn't watch the foreperson, they watched federal prosecutors who smiled. A split on conspiracy still leaves 4 sex trafficking counts armored by GPS logs, flight manifests, and hotel keycard data. Federal RICO dragnets rarely stop at one defendant. They widen like storm clouds. Cassie Ventura's 2023 settlement reportedly touched 8 figures, yet its NDA contains a subpoena clause. If called by a court, she can talk. Translation, hush money muffles but can't erase truth. Anyone accepting an NDA, artist, intern, influencer should assume tomorrow's court order might vaporize today's silence. Negotiate carve-outs that let you seek therapy or legal counsel without breach. Now scroll Bianca Censori's paparazzi timeline beside Cassie's mid-2000s photos. Monochrome palettes, strategic sheer panels, diamond chokers. Age curve, Cassie met Diddy at 22, Bianca began working under Kanye at 25, and married him at 28. Patterns repeat. Glam can mask grooming. Train your eye to spot power imbalances before headlines confirm them. Kanye's lawsuit roster has ballooned. Unpaid wages claims from former Donda teachers, harassment suits from Yeezy staffers, even a malpractice complaint alleging nitrous oxide-induced hate speech. Each case drags discovery motions that yank private emails into public record. Exactly what federal investigators love. Treat every text like evidence. Could something as mundane as property tax arrears trigger Kanye's first set of cuffs? Los Angeles County recently slapped liens totaling nearly $500,000 on his burned-down church compound, currently under arson probe. Unpaid taxes generate arrest warrants faster than tabloids churn gossip. Automate those payments, interest compounds, but so can warrants. If sunlight beats PR smoke, hammer subscribe right now. Let's ensure facts travel faster than fan theories and keep algorithms honest. Money trails and legal storms. A former Donda creative director claims Kanye ordered surveillance on Bianca. GPS pings, shadow Instagram accounts, duplicate hotel keys, all framed as protective husbandry. If proven, that's coercive control. For any leader, monitoring colleagues or partners without consent turns risk into liability. Build trust the hard way, transparently. Friday nights in 2025 Manhattan, 2 VIP tables set a social stock price. Diddy's at LeBain and Kanye's at Zero Bond. Staff whisper about hurried cloak and dagger handoffs. A phone, a flash drive, once a black velvet pouch. These micro-intersections weave a net prosecutors adore pulling. The environments we choose can become evidence we never intended. NDAs thrive on isolation, so survivors stay silent. Fans can puncture that bubble in 3 ways. First, buy books, not gossip, revenue that funds whistleblowers, not tabloid tycoons. Second, signal boost court documents, share public domain filings instead of rumor threads. Third, donate to crowdfunded legal fees. Money talks louder than hashtags. Small actions, big cracks in silence. Criminologist Dr. Maya Lin defines mirroring as behavioral imitation that normalizes abuse across peer networks. When A-listers adopt each other's control tactics, the pattern trickles into smaller studios, marketing firms, even dorm room startups like Malignant Code. Your shield, codify anti-harassment policies before you hire friend number 1. Culture set early is culture hard to corrupt. This spring, 2 parallel investigations launched. One into Kanye's tax-revoked Sunday service choir, another into a Diddy-chaired arts charity with missing receipts. Both rely on real estate swaps shuffled through shell LLCs. Follow the money. Separate passion projects from corporate books. Commingling is an IRS magnet and a prosecutor's delight. Countdowns and crossroads. A studio engineer, still anonymous, recalls a 4 a.m. session where Kanye paused playback, whispered audit, and slid a fresh hard drive into the rack. By dawn, the original disc had vanished. Weeks later, Diddy's lawyers subpoenaed Ye's studio for masters recorded that very night. Strategy or panic. Either way, remember, version control isn't just for coders. Mirror your data and lock it off-site. Kanye's courthouse loitering raises a tactical question. Does habitual presence buy insider intel or paint him as a future witness? Lawyers know patterns imply knowledge. If subpoenas land, perjury looms. When storms brew, proximity equals implication. Sometimes distance is wisdom. Fans and shareholders can spot early warning signs long before indictments drop. Sudden staff turnover disguised as creative pivot. Opaque philanthropic filings, missing annual 990s. Romantic partners adopting identical wardrobes mandated by the star. See 2 of those 3, pause your fandom, and scrutinize the brand. Protect your own reputation budget. Final twist. Local fire marshals whisper about a new subpoena tied to Ye's burned-down church grounds, one that may reach beyond arson into financial misreporting. Fire leaves clues, and investigators now fly drones equipped with thermal scanners. Property owners, ensure thoroughly, document everything, and respect the power of metadata. We've journeyed from a jury room locked in stalemate to a marble corridor where one megastar watches another's fate like a prophecy. We traced Cassie's sealed settlement, Bianca's mirrored outfits, encrypted 3 a.m. calls, and tax liens stacking like dominoes. Through it all runs one truth: unchecked power copies itself. Your actionable command is simple. Wield your influence, no matter how small, with radical transparency, because culture multiplies whatever we model. Next episode, we'll crack open the secret Telegram groups that choreograph Hollywood hush culture and explain how one rogue screenshot could detonate 3 record labels. Hit the bell so you're front row for that blast.